Hey, welcome. Today I'm going to teach you how you can build this brand new Netherwart AFK farm design, which allows you to farm Netherwart without moving your mouse and just holding two keys. This design is way easier compared to the AFK farm designs that we built previously, but this farm only works with two crops, that being Netherwart and Wheat, because they have the bigger hitboxes and the other crops will not work due to them being so short. The only exception to this problem is Wheat, because Wheat has the same hitbox size as the Netherwart. You can just replace the soul sand with dirt and plant Wheat instead. The farm will work the same as if it was planted with Netherwart. I guess we have no time to waste, let's get started building. I'm gonna first showcase how this farm is supposed to work and how you can gain Netherwart by only holding two buttons. First, we want to go where the leaves are supposed to be, right here, and we're gonna center ourselves on this block. You can do it by just looking at the block and going on the center, or using an AOTE, an aspect of the end, to teleport you onto the middle. And after you positioned yourself right here, you have to set your pitch to 0 and your yaw to 0 as well. So you want to have 0 on both angles. And there we go, we just set our pitch and yaw to 0. And after that, you're supposed to hold A and click. So this is what I'm gonna do. And as you can see, you can now farm Netherwart with this. Once you reach the end, you're supposed to fall into the void. So I'm just gonna quickly warp. And as you can see, it brought us onto the next layer. And if we just keep walking, we're gonna fall onto the next layer. This loop repeats. We fall in the void. Remember, this is just a demo farm, so when I fall off, it means that I'm supposed to fall into the void. Then I get teleported back onto the next bed. I click the last one. I still farm the Netherwart. I fall again into the void. Then I keep going. Click the last bed. Farm the last Netherwart row. And then you fall again into the void. Then you get teleported onto the last bed. You get pushed all the way down onto the first layer. There's a bit of delay here in your farming, but it's completely AFK. And then you start farming once again. And that's exactly how the design should work. It is very simple to set up, as you don't need to put any custom blocks or use toggle shift. As you might already know, this farm requires you to use toggle shift, so you need to sneak every time you farm it. But this simplified Netherwart and Wheat farm works fine with just walking and clicking. So yeah, that's how the farm works. Now let's get into the build. There's going to be two types of build methods in this video. The first one is Schematica and the second one is the manual build. If you watched my other AFK farm video and you still have Litematica installed on your PC, I have made a .litematica file for you to download which has the schematic of the Netherwart AFK farm. You'll find the link to download that in the description and you can build the farm yourself. There's no Litematica chapter in this video. If you forgot how to use it, just go back to my older AFK farm guide for the Litematica tutorial. Link will be down below in the pinned comment. But if you're new here, then I suggest that you use Schematica for 1.8.9 on this build instead. The farm itself isn't as complex as the other ones and doesn't need a large schematic file. And as such, the 1.8.9 Schematica mod can handle it just fine. If you don't know how to use mods, then I suggest you watch my 2023 mod guide for Skyblock. You'll have the link to that video in the pinned comment. You can always watch the mod guide and then come back to this video after you got Forge installed. If you want to use this build method, then skip to the Schematica build chapter on the video. And if you don't want to use any mods at all, then the manual build chapter is for you. I'll guide you through the whole build without using any mods. Use the video chapters on the timeline to pick which type of build you want to do. So the plot setup on this farm is very important, because if you mess it up, then the whole farm will break and it will not work as AFK, because the beds change their spawn point depending on which way they are facing. So it all depends on the plot setup. If you want to pick the plots for this farm, you're gonna have to do /desk in the chat while on the garden. Then you want to click on configure plots, and then you will see this menu. You need to pick a row of 5 plots in the horizontal direction. These green plots that I have bought will work, and any of these other combinations will also work. But keep in mind that you need to build the start of the farm on the left side. So whichever row you get, you need to go to the leftmost plot, and that is the start plot of your farm. That is where you're gonna have the bed set up, and that's where you're gonna build the farm. And yeah, you cannot pick any vertical rows, these will not work. You can only choose horizontal, and besides that, remember, always choose the start plot on the left side when you go into the configure plots menu in the desk. To install Schematica, we're gonna have to download the two files which were linked in the description, the actual Schematica mod and the Lunatrius Core 1.8.9 mod. This is a dependency which Schematica uses, so you're gonna have to put this mod as well next to Schematica in your mods folder. We're gonna select the two files and then we're gonna copy them. Then we're gonna search in our Windows search bar for %appdata%. If you did not change your Minecraft installation folder from the default one, this will take us to the Minecraft folder where we can find the mods folder in here, and then we can just paste paste the mods that we copied. And Schematica was installed, but we're not done because we have to add the schematic that you can download from the description as well for the farm. So we're gonna go in the .minecraft folder, and if you don't see a schematic folder, you have to create it. So we're gonna create a new folder and we're gonna name it schematics. Nothing else, just like I typed it. After this, press enter. And then you want to open this folder. Then you're gonna get the 1.8.9 Netherwart AFK schematic from the description. Then you're just gonna drag it into the schematics folder, and now you're done installing Schematica. You can close the folder and boot up Minecraft. Now I'm gonna teach you how you're supposed to set keybinds so you can use the features of Schematica. We're gonna press escape, and then we're gonna go to options, controls, and we're gonna scroll down until we find Schematica in here. So just set your keybinds for load schematic, previous layer, next layer, and toggle all layer mode, and maybe a toggle rendering. And also, toggle printer should be always set to none. This is bannable on Hypixel. Do not ever set a keybind to this and click it. You will get instantly beamed and banned with no chance of appeal. So keep in mind, toggle printer should always be set to none, and never use the printer feature on Hypixel. And after you finish setting your keybinds, you want to go do /desk. You want to configure plots. After this, you want to go to the leftmost plot in your plot setup. For me, this is the current plot that I'm on, and you want to pick a spot where you want to set up your farm. I'm just gonna put it right next to my AFK wheat farm, and then you have to go one block back if you want to fit it right here with no edge. And then you're gonna press your keybind to load the schematic file, click on it, done, and it should load like this. And as you can see, the schematic loaded. After this, you have a couple more keybinds that you set, which will help you. The first one is the toggle layering mode, which will toggle from rendering the whole schematic to toggling a layer at a time. After this, you have the other keybinds to go up and down a layer. So this will help you tremendously when you're building, because you can just go up a layer or down a layer and build layer by layer until you finish the farm. You have the toggle rendering, which will unrender the whole schematic completely until you press it again. This will help you when you finish the farm just to make the schematic disappear. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Besides this, you just need to toggle the rendering back again and move up the layers until you build the farm. Just place the blocks as they are shown in the hologram. Wherever Netherwart shows up, just get your Netherwart pouch or plant the Netherwart manually, and you can just build the farm very easily with Schematica. And this is all working in 1.8.9. Now, before we begin, remember to do /desk and check that you are on the most left plot of your plot setup. I am currently on semi-AFK farms 1 plot, so I could just go right here, and as you can see, it's the correct plot. So first of all, we're gonna add 4 blocks to this side. You should leave 2 rows of blocks in between any other structures, and yeah, just leave 2 rows of blocks. I've left 2 right here, and then you should be fine. So you need to add 4 blocks after the 2 rows and 1 extra row. Then we're gonna add 4 soul sand blocks. So we're gonna start with this block and then 3 more. Then we're gonna add an L shape on the 3rd block of soul sand. So we're just gonna add 3 bricks, followed by another brick here. This is an L shape, as you can see. Then we need to add 4 more bricks starting from the 3rd brick on the first side. So we're gonna add 1 brick here, then 3 more like this. So this is how it's supposed to look. And now it's time to add soul sand, so we're just going to take it from our builder wand and put it into our ruler. We're going to remove the carpet temporarily because we're going to need to place some carpet too. But the soul sand starts from here, and then you need to place 4 more rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're just going to place your carpet, and the carpet should go right here. After this, I'm going to set my spawn on this side. We're going to change it afterwards, but I'm going to go on my island so we can get some vines. We're gonna need some vines for the next part. You should only get 2. You only need 2 vines for this build, but yeah, just get the vines. And the vine piece should go right on the last block over here on the brick. After that, you're gonna need to get a bucket of water. I'm just gonna buy one from the trades menu because I'm on stranded. And the water should not flow out. It should be stopped by the vine right here. We can throw away the bucket. We're not gonna need it anymore. Now we're gonna continue the build. You're gonna need to add 4 more blocks on top of the first 4 that we just added. Then you're gonna need to add another block to the side right here, blocking the water, I guess, from above. Then you're gonna need to add a block right here, just over the water. And after that, you're gonna need to add 4 more blocks on this side, followed by a vine over here above the old one that we originally placed. Now we're gonna need to get some iron trapdoors, and we need to place 2 on this side, followed by 2 signs placed right here. You don't need to write anything on them, just place the signs up against this wall. Now we're gonna need to add a temporary block over this water right here. Remember, we're gonna remove this block because we're adding more soul sand, so we're just gonna put our soul sand back in the ruler. Then we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of soul sand, and then the 5th row should always go over here, so you're gonna need to place more temporary blocks and just right click on top, and it should add more soul sand. Now we're also gonna need some extra soul sand in our inventory because we need to place 3 more blocks over here, and we also gotta remove the temporary blocks that we added. And just like that, we are done with the soul sand on this side, but we still have more stuff to do. Now you need to place 2 temporary blocks right here. I'm just gonna use the same bricks, I don't care. Then you're gonna need to get some ladders. So I'm gonna set my spawn again, and I'm gonna go to my island to get some wood. Now that we're back, we're gonna place 2 ladders on the temporary blocks that we added. Then we're gonna build a ruler out, or just break the 2 blocks that we had. Then we're gonna remove the soul sand, or just leave it and add the carpet as the first blocks in the ruler, and right click over here. And now we're gonna need to add another trap door, but this time it's gonna be wood over here. So you just have to place 2 temporary blocks. Then I'm gonna get some trapdoors, wooden ones, from my chest, and you need to place it on this block and right click with that. Then just remove the temporary blocks, followed by another temporary block down here. And now we're gonna take some wood with some wool and craft a bed, and the bed should go on the temporary block right here. Oh, my bad, we need to add another one here so we can add the bed. Then we can remove both of the blocks. So you need to do the trapdoor like this, then the bed. Now you're gonna need to add another 3 blocks of stone or bricks or whatever on this side. So starting from the 3rd block over here, this is the 3rd, and then you add 3 more. And after this, you want to take a sign, place 1 under the bed over here, and 1 sign should go on this brick right here. And after that, you need another bucket of water, which we're gonna place on this sign right here. So I'm just gonna place it on this sign. And then we're gonna need another water bucket, which we're gonna place on this brick right here. And this water should not spill out and just be like this. Now we got more stuff to add. We need to add 3 bricks over here, followed by 2 more signs. So a sign here and a sign here. Now we need to add more temporary blocks to add the next row of soul sand. So we're just gonna add blocks over here, followed by 2 more blocks on this side, so 5 in total. Then I'm gonna take my builder ruler, and I'm just gonna place the rest of the soul sand that I have on the temporary blocks. Then we're gonna remove them with the ruler or a pickaxe, it's your choice, but I don't have one right now. Make sure to not remove any extra blocks, but if you built it correctly, then there shouldn't be any issues if you remove it with the ruler. Now you're gonna take 2 more soul sand blocks and place them on this side right here. But before we do that, we're gonna add another temporary block on this side, followed by some carpet, which we're gonna craft because I'm running low. I'm just gonna patch up this hole right here because I ran out of wool mid builder ruler. So there we go, I just fixed it. Of course, we're gonna remove the temporary block on this side and also remove the one from the start by just using the ruler to remove it. Now you're gonna have to break 1 piece of wool, place a temporary block on this side. You're gonna need to place 1 ladder right here. After this, remove the temporary block, place another. You're also gonna need to add another carpet, remove the temporary block, and just keep this. And you just need to keep this ladder right here. After that, you only need to add 2 more blocks of stone right here, 1 sign, followed by another bucket of water, which we're gonna buy from the trades menu, and just put it over there. It shouldn't spill if you did place the ladder correctly. Now we're gonna block the water temporarily by adding a temporary block. We're gonna craft another bed with some wood and wool. Actually, you shouldn't place the bed yet because you have to add a wooden trapdoor to this side. My bad. And I'm just gonna redo this whole thing because I kind of messed it up. I'm gonna remove the sign and I'm gonna add another bed. And now we just need to add 2 more blocks to this side, another sign here, and we're gonna need another temporary block to the side to add another ladder. Remove the temporary blocks over here. Now we're gonna need to add another temporary block over here, and then followed by 4 more. We need to leave this row empty with another temporary block because we're adding the carpet. So I'm just gonna craft more carpet because we're gonna need more. And then after you have enough carpet, just right click. It should be added all the way to the end of the plot. Then you're gonna need to remove the temporary block. And now is the time to add more soul sand. There we go. I just added the final little rows of soul sand. Now I'm gonna remove the temporary blocks on this side. You're gonna need to take some more soul sand out of your ruler because we need to add another block here and another one here just to make 3. Maybe actually 4, my bad. So we need 4 blocks. So you should have 4 blocks in total on this side. Now it's time to add more bricks. 2 more bricks go on that side, followed by 2 temporary blocks. And we're gonna need to add actually another temporary block right here because we're gonna do the trapdoor first. So just add a trapdoor on that temporary block, remove it. After you added the 2 temporary blocks, we're gonna craft another bed. And after we crafted a bed, we're gonna place it on the temporary blocks right here. Remove them slowly and make sure not to remove other blocks if you use the ruler. All right, and now you're gonna need to add a sign here. So now truly the last thing that you need to do is to add 2 stone bricks followed by a sign. I'm just gonna craft one real quick as I ran out of signs. And actually we need to add a 3rd block on this side followed by a sign, and a water bucket goes on this side. And this whole system works now because the water flows down and everything is well. But of course we still have the last bed on the top, which is truly the last bed. I thought this was the last one, but nope, we still have 1 more to add. So just get some more wool, and then we're gonna have to add this bed right here, remove this temporary block, add 1 temporary block here, add just 1 full block here, followed by 4 more, so 1 next to the bed. And then we're just gonna click blocks on 1 goes here and 2 goes, and 2 blocks go here. And the final water bucket should go under the last bed, just like that. And now you have a fully functioning but unplanted start plot. This is all you needed to do basically. You just need to plant it now, but first things first, you should always go and do the other plots. So quickly, we're just gonna do the middle plot as well. We're gonna expand this plot. You just need to do the carpet and the extra soul sand. That isn't that hard. So you just need to add the soul sand like this. I added an extra row, but it's fine. We're gonna remove the extra row that was added. And then we're just gonna use temporary blocks to get the soul sand spread out. Now I just got more soul sand from that farm over there I pasted. And I'm just gonna add more temporary blocks, more soul sand, and the last batch of temporary blocks, followed by more soul sand. Alright, so I just finished placing all of the soul sand and the carpets. Now we can do /desk and copy this design for the middle plots all the way to the end. So I'm gonna go to semi-AFK farms 2. This is the plot that I built the middle plot on. And then I'm gonna save it as a preset, and I'll give it the name Netherwart AFK. After this, I'm just gonna give it the Netherwart icon, and I'm gonna paste this design so the farm will multiply all over the 5 plots. And after this, we're just gonna replant the farm with Netherwart, and we have a fully finished AFK Netherwart farm design. And the final plot just finished pasting. The farm is officially fully built. The only thing that's missing is the Netherwart itself, so we're gonna plant the Netherwart and then we're done. So I'm just gonna take my Netherwart hoe and farm a bit of Netherwart on this farm, and then, oh wow, that's pretty lucky. Hey little guy, what is he doing, bro? Alright, whatever. Should we open it? Well, alright. Alright, I just got a full Netherwart pouch, and I still have some Netherwart in my inventory. Let's see if this would be enough for at least half the rows, because these are 5 plot long rows, so they will be very expensive to actually plant. Yeah, as you can see already, like almost a half of our Netherwart pouch was consumed. But maybe we can actually fully plant this. Nope, we gotta get another full inventory, and then we can plant. Oh, actually this only planted half of the farm. Okay, no problem. We'll plant more. We're also gonna plant the edges over here in the farm, because we don't want to miss those extra couple rows, so yeah. And there we go, we actually fully planted this thing, and it looks beautiful while it's growing. Look at that. So after all this time, we finished building this brand new Netherwart AFK farm. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, you should definitely watch this video next. It's a full guide on getting maximum farming fortune so you can make the most money while farming with this AFK farm. Thank you once again, and have a great rest of your day.